Okay, in an earlier video I showed you how to find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of a discrete probability distribution using your TI graphing calculator. I think the TI graphing calculator does a great job with that process, and it's pretty easy, so give that video a look if you haven't already. But naturally, you probably want to know how to use JMP to do that. Now, I haven't found a built-in applet in JMP to do that, so I created one for you. So let me show you what it is really quick, and I'll show you how to use it. It's kind of primitive, but it gets the job done. So if you go to the JMP software download link over here, I'll give that a click. This opens my Dropbox, which has all the JMP downloads in it, the add-ins, and the software, which is JMP for Mac and JMP for Windows. And as you can see, I have this other folder called Saved Files. So if you go in there, there's a few things that I have in here, and you'll be looking at these throughout the semester, but the one I'm interested in right now is this thing that says MeanVarPDF jump. So this is the mean and variance, and actually it has the standard deviation in there as well, of a discrete PDF function. So I'm going to click that thing, and it's going to say, hey, you can't, preview it. You got to open it. So rather than open it, I'm just going to go over here and click download. And I'm on a Mac, so it throws the downloads over here. It throws my Mac throws my downloads folder. But if I just click this, I believe it'll just open it up, and it'll say, "Hey, you sure you want to open this? Because it's got scripts, and scripts could be bad. Rest assured, the scripts that I'm creating don't have any viruses or anything like that. My software is all up to date, so I'm not going to choose examine. I'm going to choose open." All right, so I created this little applet for you. So it's relatively easy, just like the graphing calculator. You'd put the x values for the PDF function in L1, and then the probability values in L2, and you would crunch the 1 bar stats L1, L2, and it would go ahead and give you the mean and standard deviation. Here it's more the same stuff. You'll put the x values in here where I have it labeled x. You'll put the probability values in there, and it crunches this table. Now, this table should look familiar, because if I go to our week 2 material and learning modules, I'll open up the general discrete distribution PDF, the notes that I have up there for you. I gave an example here with, I believe, some car insurance. I'm pretty sure if you give that a look, and if you scroll down a little bit, I run through the calculation of the expected value, which remember is called the mean, and I run through the calculation of the variance, which uses the expected value. So this whole PDF document, what it does is it runs through, what is a discrete, what is a random variable, what's a discrete probability function, how do you read it, and how do you pull probabilities off, how do you find centers and spread, in other words, means and standard deviations. Now, doing this by hand takes a little bit of time. That's why I created this applet. So I mentioned, hey, you could do this procedure on the TI-84, but I also created this applet in JMP. So what I'll do to make life easy is I'm going to go ahead and type the probability function. So here's the x and p of x values, and I'm going to put them. That's why I have this highlighted pink here, because that's your input value. So I'm going to type this stuff in. So the values of x, the random variable, range from 0 to 4. And then the probability values, as you can see, are 0.74, 0.13, 0.10, 0.02, and 0.01. Remember the properties of a discrete probability distribution. The probabilities have to be positive, and the probabilities must sum to 1. Now, as I was typing, the applet that I created crunched the mean, variance, and standard deviation, as you can see. And if you give a quick look, you'll see that these values are the same. The variance I worked out, the variance of x here, 0.6851, and you can see 0.6851. It has several instances of it, because this is just the way my applet worked. It crunches straight across. So, all you got to do is, the mean is 0.43. I believe that should be somewhere in our notes. Yeah, there it is right here. It's on the second page. So there's the hand calculation of the mean, and there it is, 0.43. The variance, as you can see, the hand calc is down here. Where is that? Yep, here it is, 0.6851. And then the standard deviation, which is the square root of the variance, about 0.827, 0.83 approximately. And then you can see that the standard deviation is square root of the variance. So you can download this applet when you're doing your My Stat Lab homework. This will speed up the process a little bit for you. Right, if you're really good at the calculator as well, don't forget you can take the x values, put them in L1, and take the P of X values and put them in L2 and then crunch the 1-bar stacks. Now I believe I created a video for that already, and that should be in the week 2 material as well. If you have any questions using either the calculator or the jump applet that I've created for this, just let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.